Sarah, thank you for visiting with me today.
Thank you.
I was curious, you have obviously a very busy schedule with a TV show. I mean, what does a movie have to say to you to take your time to kind of make it in your hiatus?
It doesn't have to be, I don't know. I have always been a person to not really skip a chance on doing a film. It's just kind of beggars can't be choosers. But I have almost gotten to a point to where I can choose the scripts to go in and read for. Not so much as you audition and you're like, no, I'm not going to do that movie. I don't want to. But this movie really reached out to me. I love vampires in general. So there was that. I had heard about the book, so I knew I had a huge fan base behind it. But once I heard that Mark Waters was directing and Daniel Waters wrote it, I was like, I gotta read this script right now. And I was filming Bonnie and Clyde in Baton Rouge, and I read it, and it was so amazing. I just love Daniel's twisted sense of humor, and I knew that Mark could bring so much to the table because Mean Girls is one of my favorite movies, as well as Heathers. So I think because of that is what really, really drew me to the project.
You mentioned you love vampires. Do you have a favorite vampire movie, or is it kind of hard to choose?
It's very hard to choose for me. I have a favorite vampire show. Because I would probably say Vampire Academy will be my favorite vampire movie. But my favorite vampire show is True Blood.
Oh, yeah.
Big Eric fan.
When you saw yourself for the first time in the makeup, kind of done all vampy, for lack of a better word, when you looked in the mirror that first time, what did you think? Just be like, yes.
Natalie isn't so much vampy as nerdy.
Nerdy vampy.
Nerdy vampy.
Yeah.
And she, they put like fake pimples on me, and it's kind of like bushy, like, not the like glamorous fashion bushy eyebrows, but like you haven't ever seen a tweezer before, bushy eyebrows. And glasses and poor fashion choices. So, sometimes, I would get home, and we were on night shoots for most of the project, and I'd get home and look in the mirror and just kind of scare myself because it'd be 5 a.m. in the morning, and the sun starts to come up at 4 a.m. over there in London. It was very confusing for me. I didn't understand it. But I'd almost scare myself in the mirror. Like, you would go out afterwards and, maybe, grab, a quick bite to eat, and you would forget that I looked like that, and I realized I was going out in public. It's just so embarrassing. Because on set, I don't care.
Right.
But then when you get off set, there's no it's for a movie.
Now that you've been a part of this world for this movie, and it has such a rabid fan base, what do you think it is about this story that it's just so resonant with people?
I think the fact that people love vampires. They love the thought of eternal life. They love it's just very tempting to them. But I think with this book series, this movie, I think it's the best part about it is the bond and friendship between Rose and Lissa. It's a very female-driven film. These aren't damsels in distress. They're not waiting around for a guy to come save them and save the day. But they take care of things themselves, and they it's a very carpe diem, and they seize the moment.